And welcome everyone to the Ready, Set, Love Retreat Tulum 2025 interest meeting. My name is Alison, certified dating and relationship coach, and I primarily, but not exclusively, work with busy professional women to move them from overwhelmed with dating to happily married. And what I've added to my repertoire are these retreats that I've dubbed Ready, Set, Love. And we just finished, and you guys are still seeing the content rolling out on YouTube and on Instagram. We just finished our second annual Ready, Set, Love retreat, which was in Costa Rica. We have some of the ladies who were just with me just 48 hours ago was our last day in Costa Rica. They were with me, and I'm sure that they can speak to it and to you guys in the comments as well about how it went from an honest perspective. But today we are talking about Tulum. And so the third annual Ready, Set, Love retreat is going to be in Tulum, Mexico, April 12th through the 16th, 2025. I know that it sounds far away. It's like 359 days, but you can only imagine that time is going to move quickly. And so I wanted to give you guys the opportunity to jump in immediately. Last year was my first annual, which was October, I want to say 6th to the 10th. We were in Jamaica. This year was April's only 7 months. And I felt like it really didn't give folks the opportunity to get their passport, get their affairs in order. If you have children, right? So I wanted to make sure this time around that I would set it every April, every year, and it would give folks an entire year to get it together. So nobody can say that they didn't know, they didn't have the time, I don't want to hear it, right? So we are going to Tulum, Mexico, the Ready, Set, Love retreat. April 12th through the 16th, 2025. And some of the photos that you see here are directly from where we are staying, the villa in Tulum. So I'm going to be talking about everything related to the trip, what the itinerary is going to look like, of course, subject to change, with some changes from Jamaica and, of course, from Costa Rica, because I have a lot of people who will be returning, and I don't want to give them the same kind of classes and experience every single time. I'm going to be showing you pictures of the villa. I'm going to be showing you a map of the villa so you can get a real idea of what things look like. And then I'll take all of your questions at the end. I'm thinking I'm probably going to talk for like 40 minutes. I'm thinking like 40 minutes. So again, if you are Instagram land, you need to see the slides. You need to see the villa. You need to see the experience. You need to see the experience. You are in the wrong place. Instead, you need to be on Zoom. In order to join Zoom, all you have to do is click the link in my bio and it says Ready, Set, Love interest meeting. So make sure that you join it. All right. So who am I? If you are new to me, maybe someone just shared my page with you. Maybe you had a friend who went on the retreat and now you're trying to get information for yourself. As I mentioned before, my name is Alison Wellington, and I've helped over 260 plus clients be found by the partner that they deserve. Just today, I received an invitation to the wedding of one of my clients, Abby. She's getting married in Stockton, California, September the 7th. I already sent my gift. I'm not playing. I'm not playing, right? This is the work that I do. I help people to create healthy relationships and to sustain healthy relationships, okay? So this is just some examples of some of the very, very sliver example of some of the clients I've worked with. Again, married, engaged, some of them moms, some of them don't want to be moms, some of them have been married before, some of them have come from financial ruin, some of them don't feel like they're beautiful and worthy. Once I'm done with them, I move them from overwhelmed with dating to happily married. That is the work that I do on the daily. So who is this retreat for? I get this question all the time. It's actually not only for singles by far. So this retreat is for women, no matter their relationship status, who want to build community and sisterhood. So that's actually number one. So even though, hey, I'm the certified dating coach and this is what I do and look at all the weddings and ha ha he, look at me. Really, this retreat is specifically about building community and sisterhood while learning how to navigate relationships better. So number one, it's about the community. Number one, it's about the bonding. Number one, it's about the sisterhood. Number one is being around like-minded women who share your values. That's number one. And then we also learn about how to navigate healthy relationships together, which is what I teach with the masterclasses during the retreat itself. Okay. So why should you attend the Ready, Set, Love retreat? Because I want you to build those relationships with those women. And I also want you to be with the partner that you deserve. So generally, what's the breakdown? And then we will also go through the tentative itinerary. So number one, we have transformational classes and yoga. Those are an absolute must. They are the staple of any event. If anyone's ever thrown trips or done retreats, like where we stay, even though that's super important to me, it's really secondary. Why are we here? The transformational classes to change the way that you function in your relationship is number one, yoga being number two, bringing that peace and restoring self back into yourself. Number two, which is secondarily important, but we got to be comfortable about where we're staying, are luxury villa accommodations. And if you saw any of the videos on Instagram and you liked that place where we stayed in Costa Rica, you are going to be floored by the larger rooms, the nicer bathrooms, a full restaurant that is attached to the villa. It is the bee's knees, as well as a private chef who will be preparing all three of our meals every day. And then, of course, because I don't want you to have to worry about stuff, included in the retreat is going to be your round trip ground transportation. That means we're going to pick you up from the airport and we're going to bring you to the villa. And then when it's time for you to leave, we're going to take you from the villa to the airport. And all the transportation around the excursions are also going to be covered because I don't want you to have to worry, as well as an amazing swag bag that is also one of my favorites as well. So I'm going to get to the money part, right? Because that's super important. But I want to say this right now in this moment. The money that you are going to bring is going to be for anything extra, but everything that you need is covered here. What would be an extra tips? So when we went to Costa Rica, getting first of all, they don't do Zelle, they don't do this. It was a little difficult. And we're so accustomed to our American culture, right? And so it was like, do you have technology? Right. So we're like fighting to tip these people who have been of great service to us. So you will need cash for tips and then alcohol. So I provided a little something, to start the party. But if we're going to be drinking, those are that's the only extra cash you will need. And of course, your flight. But again, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. So we will definitely get down to the financial breakdown in just a moment. So here is the itinerary. Remember, we're going from April 12th through the 16th. So, April 12th through the 16th. I'm thinking about the trip that we just got off of. And so it's a Saturday to Wednesday, just like the trip we just went on was a Saturday to Wednesday. So Saturday, you are going to be arriving in either Cancun or Tulum's International Airport. When we get closer to the trip, I'm just put it out there just in case, I may ask you to strongly consider Tulum's International Airport, and I'll tell you why. Number one, I can't say it now because Tulum just opened their international airport, so they don't have a lot of airlines and I don't know what you call it, pathways or whatever you would call it yet. For instance, I'm in New York City. You would think JFK to Tulum is a thing. It's not. It's only coming out of Newark right now. But again, they literally just opened months ago. But the reason why I'm probably going to lean and ask you for Tulum is just because the transportation is going to be a lot easier. Cancun to Tulum is about 40 minutes. And so, 40 minutes won't kill you, but I'd prefer to be able to drive for 10. I don't know about y'all. Okay. Then we're going to have our welcome mixer, which will be on the villa at 5 p.m. That's when you get a chance to mix and mingle with the other ladies who are on the trip. I welcome you. We do a champagne toast and I give you your gift bags. The VIPs get a gift bag as well as a gift box. And then the rest of the evening is yours for you to unwind, for you to unpack, for you to walk the property, for you to do all the things, check in with your family. The rest of the evening is a relaxed time for you. Check out the pools. Yes, with an S, okay? Sunday, we start with yoga. We're going to be opening up with yoga because we want to make sure that we are focusing on that oneness, on that connection, on that flexibility, on that spirituality, okay? So we open with yoga on the Sunday. And then I have a new class, which is called Self-Esteem Seminar. So again, because this trip it doesn't matter what your relationship status is, but all of us as human beings, in order to function better in our lives and all of our relationships, especially our romantic ones, is to increase our self-esteem. If we are walking around in the world as though we are not worthy, then that's exactly what we are going to get out of everything, out of work, out of man, out of friends, and out of everything else. So this is going to be a class that's all about building your self-esteem so that you can present as your best self to the world. Okay. Then you'll have some unwind time, some time to relax, to be by the pool, to do your own thing. And then we have our infamous, famous all-white dinner seated together of course, prepared by our private chef. On Monday, we have excursion number one. So let me tell you how I did the excursions this year, and I'm going to do the excursions pretty similarly to next year. There's going to be a menu of options that you can choose from that you can vote on. The majority is going to then be which excursions we go on. I'm going to make sure that I include a variety of excursions so that we have people who have So there's no limitation on the activities that one can do. However, it is voted on. Okay, so that the majority is going to win on what the excursions are. So that's excursion number one. It might be ATVs. It might be whitewater rafting. When we get to it, we get to it. Okay. Unwind time. Then for my VIPs, those who choose to purchase a VIP ticket will have private one-on-one sessions. And then we're going to end the night with our pajama jam. And again, if you've been checking out the content on Instagram, if you've been checking out the content on YouTube, I think I just posted that reel last night where we had on the red satin PJs, looking real sexy, having a good time. I was cussing people out during game night because I have no business playing games with people because I am insane. And it was a good time. So that's going to be our pajama jam on Monday night. Tuesday, going to be excursion number 2. And then we have our world famous Fierce Feminine Forum. This is a class that I've taught every year, that I intend to teach every year because it's super important. It's also super secretive. I have never created content publicly around it. We do not record this class. We do not post this class because it is chock full of secrets that need to stay between women. So we don't need this thing to be going viral. And then now folks are catching on to what I'm saying. And the folks who went to the either Jamaica or they went to Costa Rica know what I'm talking about. And trust me, when you get there, it'll make more sense. You have time to relax, unwind, and then for VIPs, there's a special VIP party that'll be in my room. Wednesday, which is our final day, will be our final breakfast together. And again, included is your ground transportation. So I will take care of all of those details for you, and you will be whisked away to make it to the airport before time so that everyone can get home safely. So that is the itinerary so far. Again, I've made some adjustments so that folks who went to Costa Rica, folks who went to Jamaica are not going through the same experience in terms of the individual activities, but they're definitely having fun. And that's, again, the crux of this retreat. So where are we staying? So we are staying at a tropical estate, conveniently located in downtown Tulum. So our villa is a short drive to the beach and within walking distance of some of the most amazing restaurants and bars in the city. So you're going to have the luxury, you're going to have the tranquility, and you're going to have the spirituality of Tulum. So I'm going to go ahead and open this link if it opens for me so I can show you guys even better and closer pictures. It's like 100 and something pictures. I'm not going to go through all of them, but just so you can get an idea of where you will be staying. And especially for my people who were in Costa Rica, you can have a better idea of what the rooms look like. They're significantly larger with a lot more bathrooms and bathrooms that are en suite. Okay. There are some rooms that are single, meaning that there is one bed, and there are some rooms that are double, meaning that there are 2 beds. So again, when we get to that part, when we break down the financial investment, you'll see what is the best choice for you. This is something that I wanted to include. Okay, good. I can't make it bigger. I hope I can make it smaller later. So this is something I wanted to include because it's super important. And I got some feedback from this retreat that we just got off of. So I want everyone to be clear about what the rooms look like, how many beds are in there, and how many of them have the attached bathroom and all that kind of stuff. So even though you'll see per person, ignore that. I'm doing way less people than what you see here. This is their map. But you want to get an idea of private bathroom, private bathroom, private bathroom. We do have this one that has a shared bathroom, shared bathroom, shared, private, private. So just so that folks can see, because again, this is a villa, it's an Airbnb, it's not a hotel. It's not a hotel room. It's never going to be a hotel room, right? So there are going to be some rooms that are private bathrooms. Most of them are private bathrooms. You'll see on this slide here. This is the next floor, private bathroom, private, private, private. However, there will be some instances with sharing. So let's talk about how I'm going to break that down. It is strictly going to be first come, first serve, and VIP. So the VIPs are going to be selecting their rooms first. And then after that, it's going to be first come, first serve. So as you register, I'm going to place you in a room and I'm going to go with private bathrooms first versus not. But again, these 4 all have private, 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 private. Okay, so there's plenty of opportunity to get in, but you need to get in ASAP. Okay, this is a restaurant that is attached to the space. So our chef is going to be cooking on our property, and your investment will include the meals that are private. If for whatever reason you wanted to go to the restaurant, that is a separate charge. But every single meal will be immaculately made for you included in your investment. You do not have to spend an extra dollar for anything to eat at this restaurant, but it is an option, okay? So again, more photos, more photos, more photos, more photos for you guys to get the idea. Okay, and this is something that's super important. So there are some rooms that do not have air conditioning. They have this cool Tulum bamboo vibe. So my intention is to, again, fill out the rooms in order of registration that have AC and private bathrooms first. Then when I get to these, which all have private bathrooms, by the way, and I'm going to be taking one of them, I'm going to contact those people first to confirm they are okay with being in a room that does not have AC. I've had someone who stayed at this space before. They stayed in this room and they said it's extremely cool. They did say, and I'll be taking care of this in a way, that the room gets bright when the sun comes up for obvious reasons. There are no walls, right? But just for those who, I just want to put it out there, when I fulfill all of the other rooms and I get to this one that doesn't have AC, then I will be reaching out to those people to confirm they're okay with it. If they're not, it's a-okay. It's no financial loss, right? So you get the idea, the bamboo, all that kind of cool stuff. So let's get back to it. Where are we? Where are we? Okay, this is where we are. Okay, so now let's go through the financial investment. So you can do single occupancy or you can do double occupancy. It is your choice. There is no pressure. I like the idea of double occupancy. Once I got my own bed, so I can bond with someone that's new, but I understand that some people, they're not necessarily risk takers or they don't like to take chances, so I get it. So we have the single occupancy breakdown. It's just like this. There are 3 categories, just like it was for Costa Rica. We have returners. The returners are people who went to Costa Rica, not the people who went to Jamaica last year. So for those who were in or on the retreat in Costa Rica, you are a returner. And if you choose the single occupancy, it's 6 payments of $690 per person, once a month for 6 months. Okay, you're well paid before Christmas comes. And that's why I'm also doing this early so that it gives people the flexibility and the time to bounce back and take care of their families during the holidays. That's my returners, Costa Rica returners. Now we have the early bird. I'm going to tell you that we had 16 people on the retreat and 15 out of 16 did the early bird. Why am I telling you that? Because it'll be in your best interest if you want to go on this trip to get into the early bird pricing so that you're, number one, not stuck paying the standard. And number two, you don't take the chances of not being able to get in at all if so many people are taking action so quickly. Again, you will find Instagram land, hi Instagram land, but you're in the wrong place. You need to be in Zoom so you can see the presentation, you can see the activities. So go ahead and click the link in my bio so that you can get into the Zoom meeting right now. Thank you for the commercial break. All right. So we have early bird. That first payment out of 6 is due before May the 24th. So that's three weeks out, a little bit more than 3 weeks out. 6 payments of $725 per person. Now, if you delay for whatever reason, you're not in a position to invest yet, or you're waiting on friends, don't wait on friends, and you end up standard, which again, out of 16 people, 15 took advantage of the early bird. So I don't want you to take any risk, but if you have to, and there's still slots available, then for standard, you have your first payment due after 5/24. Okay. It's in your best interest, my returners or my early bird. Okay. And there are no refunds. So I do want to take some time to talk about this for a little bit because I want to explain why. I get that some folks, may have not ever thrown a trip like this. They've never thrown an event that's tens of thousands of dollars up front. And so I don't want you to think that I'm a robber. I don't want you to think that I take advantage of folks. I want to be able to explain to you why there are no refunds. When I did my live stream like 2 or 3 days ago, I guess 3 days ago when we were in Costa Rica, literally while I was in the pool and I was doing the live, our chef Jonathan, was walking out. He just finished making our breakfast, right? And cleaning up and everything. And I was like, all right, bye, Chef Jonathan. And I took that opportunity to say, this is why we don't do refunds. I had to pay Chef Jonathan on December the 27th, and we were on our trip in April, right? All of the excursions, the villa, everything, minus groceries, everything had to be paid for well in advance. I cannot go to Chef Jonathan in Costa Rica and say, hey, I'm really sorry. One of the attendees, she can't attend. So can I have 1/16 of my money back? Chef Jonathan's going to laugh in my face. This is this is just what it is. So this is not in the effort to steal from anybody. This is not in the effort to take advantage of anybody. But I literally can't give you what won't be given back to me. This is not Walmart. This is not Target, right? So this is private excursion companies. This is a private yoga instructor. This is a private chef. This is not the US with a corporation where if you complain enough, you'll just get your money back. It just doesn't work like that. So I just want to make it abundantly clear that there are no refunds. I don't mean that there's no refund on your deposit. I mean, there's no refund, period. And I hope that you guys can understand why that's so important and why I just spent so much time on it, because I can't give you what I don't have. If you give me money, matter of fact, let's be honest, I pay out money. You give me money, I pay out more money. So I can't give you what I don't have. Okay. Again, I know a little awkward, but we just have to be upfront about these things so that there's no confusion moving forward. So that's all single occupancy. You can very well do double occupancy. Oh, there we go. We could very well do double occupancy. So double occupancy can work in a couple of different ways. Double occupancy can be that you have a friend who wants to come along, female friend, of course, and you bring that friend along with you, or you can allow me to pair you with someone else who's on the trip. I hope that we still have Katrina, who was here in Costa Rica with us. She did double occupancy. She did not bring a friend. I paired her with somebody. They are besties. And I hope she could just drop in the comments real quick how absolutely true that is. So you can definitely do double occupancy, bringing a friend along with you, or allowing me to pair you with someone. No pressure. It's whatever you feel the most comfortable with. Okay, so let's go through double occupancy. Same thing, 3 categories: returners, those who went to Costa Rica; early bird, those who make their first payment before 5/24 next month; and then standard, first payment after 5/24. So for our returners, it's 6 payments of $485 per person. For early bird, 6 payments of $515 per person. For standard, 6 payments of $550 per person. Okay. I see somebody put something in the chat, so I hope that was Katrina. And again, just like for single, just like for double, there are 0 refunds. So let's talk about the schedule. What is the payment schedule and what's the breakdown? So due dates, we have payment number 1, ideally on or before 5/24. Again, for standard, if there are standard spots available. Last time there was literally only 1. If there are standard spots available, it'll be after 5/24, but on or before 5/24 would be payment number 1. And then it's the 15th of every month thereafter. So payment number 2 is by 6/15. Payment number 3 is by 7/15. Payment number 4 is by 8/15. Payment number 5 is by 9/15. And then the final payment is by 10/15. Again, giving you more than enough time between you when you've made your final payment for you to do Thanksgiving, for you to do Christmas, for you to do all the holidays and the activities, giving you plenty of time to recoup so that you could buy some hair, so that you could get your hair done, your nails done, buy new outfits. So I'm doing it this early because it gives flexibility. What is accepted? Credit cards, debit cards, Afterpay or Klarna. You'd have to let me know about the Klarna in a separate email so I can send you a separate link, or Zelle to my email. And again, to reiterate for full clarity, there are no refunds. I cannot give you what I do not have. Okay. So let's talk about the VIP experience. So we had a couple of people who chose VIP and they were happy with their choice. This is an add-on. It is optional. You do not have to do it. So for those who are interested in being coached by me after the retreat, well, actually not even, it doesn't have to be after, but you are interested in joining coaching, if you were to purchase the VIP experience for $750, then you get $2,000 off of coaching. So you've already recouped your money plus what, $1,250. Okay. You also get a private session right there on the retreat. You are included in a private VIP party. Again, remember we talked about how the rooms would be rolled out. So you get to select a deluxe villa, which I would assume would include your private bathroom. And then as usual, we have special VIP gifts. They get the regular bag like everybody else. And then they also get this special VIP box with special packaging and special items and all this kind of good stuff. That would be due on the next 15th or by the next 15th. I'll tell you, sometimes it sells out. And that is November the 15th. And there are only 4 slots. So only do 4 VIPs. First come, first serve, due by the 11th. Oh, sorry, due by the 15th. Okay, makes sense? Again, if you're joining me on Instagram land, hey, you're in the wrong place. Click the link in my bio, join me on Zoom. So Thank you for your attention. I appreciate all of your time. I am now going to stop sharing my screen, and I want to use this as an opportunity to take your questions. I'd prefer if you would unmute, if you can. If you can't, you're not in a space where you can, that's okay. But if you can raise your hand and unmute, I'd love to take your questions that way, just so I can get a little breaky break. And in the meantime, I'm going to go in the chat. Yes, Gina says, I got paired with Chelsea, best roommate. And then we have Katrina who says, yes, a new bestie. So that's two people who can tell you. What questions do you have? Now, I know my presentation was thorough, but anyone with any questions? Tiffany, you smiling. What you smiling about?
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, everyone. I missed the double occupancy.
Okay,
When
you want to see the rates again?
yeah, you said early bird was $485 and $515 for standard, due before May 24th, right?
Yes. Yes, Tiffany.
Okay. And you get paired with someone if you don't come with someone. So I can
Yes.
invite, but if not, then you can be paired.
Absolutely.
Okay, okay. And the VIP experience is in addition to, and you said $2,000 off of overall coaching, or just for the event itself?
No. So if you were to do the VIP experience, which is $750, and you choose to do coaching, I would take $2,000 off your coaching package. So let's say you will already think about doing coaching with me, pay the $750, because now you're going to get $2,000 off of coaching.
Got you.
So now you're really up $1,250.
Got you. And that's due by November 15th.
Yes. The latest. So it's only 4 slots. So if it gets, I'll as folks register, I'll give, hey, we have 1 VIP, 2 VIP, but by the November the 15th. Yes.
Okay, got it. I kind of came in a little late, so I'm sorry.
No worries.
Okay, what was the other one? Oh, single occupancy. That's the one with private bathroom or not? I kind of came in late. I'm sorry.
No. It's okay. So yes. So how it works is that 8 out of 12 of the rooms have a private bathroom. The other 4 are shared. You don't have to walk outside like a college, but it's like, how what's it called? Like a Jack and Jill, no, brother, sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, where the doors are on either side. So how it works is that the VIPs are going to choose their room first, and I assume that they're going to choose the rooms that have the private bath. That's not a given though, right? Then I'm going to do it in order of registration. So whoever registered first, then will get private bath second, third, fourth, and then so now we're in those last 4 rooms, and then it's going to be, it is what it is, if that makes sense.
No, that makes sense. And you prefer flying into Tulum, and the dates are the 12th to the 16th?
Yes, ma'am. Now I'm saying that now. I would tell you guys when I would like for you to start booking and when your deadline would be to book your flight. I'm saying I would prefer Tulum only because then you have a shorter drive. So it's just easier. But it may not work. And because we don't know the airlines and all those things that are coming into this new international airport. So depending, if you're coming from Cincinnati, maybe they don't have something. Maybe Cancun would have to be it. And I'm going to make sure you're picked up and transported regardless. I was just saying, let's wait and see how Tulum's international airport develops. Maybe 5 months from now, again, those who are going on the trip will be in a WhatsApp chat. You'll get emails from me and I'll say, hey, this is what's going on. Book your flight.
Okay, so we're booking the flights. So is there specified timing that we would have to get, or you would specify that at the time?
Yeah. So ideally, I want you at the mixer, which is at 5 p.m. So ideally, I would ask if you can be in the country by around 3, go through customs, immigration, get picked up, be able to get into your room, unpack, because our mixer is at 5. That's ideal. But there's some, there's delays, there's whatever. So if it can't happen, it can't happen. But that would be ideal so that you can make every single event.
Okay, that's day one. And then the last day you said there's a breakfast before we depart. So I mean, ahead of booking a flight, like how would I, book to
Yes.
return?
So when we were in Costa Rica just now, remember there were 16 people. Only one person missed the breakfast because her flight was at 8:55. Everyone else had 12 noon flights, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock flights. So we were able to have breakfast together first. And then we had one round of people who left at 7:30 to make their flights and another round that left at 10:15. So 15 out of 16 of us were able to have that final breakfast together.
Okay. Okay. So then it's a breakfast and then we pretty much depart at that point.
Absolutely.
Awesome sauce. Thank you.
Tiffany, you have all the good questions, girl. Thank you.
I'm thorough too. Try to get some clarity to iron it out pretty smooth.
Absolutely.
Because I will probably be returning to work from that day. I'm in New York as well. So trying to figure out how to calculate, do I not work that Wednesday, or am I able to
take off the Wednesday? Don't stress yourself. What if there's delays? There were delays when we were coming back from Costa Rica.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
there was weather in Texas. In New York, I got home when the New York people got home when they were supposed to. There was a delay in Costa Rica, so my Philly people got in late. So don't risk it. Take off the Wednesday.
I'm already taking off the rest of the week.
Okay, all right, so you're good.
I'm off Friday, Saturday, so I'll be off the Saturday, then I could take off the rest of the week to go. But when you work for the city, it sucks because you can only get X amount of days, and then, so it's a whole nother politic to that. So that's why I'm trying to figure out how to do it where it works. I'm gonna do it regardless, but I would like to do it.
Ideally, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Tiffany.
You're
So I
welcome.
am going to drop the link in the chat. It's also linked in my bio. It's also, where is it? Where is it? Okay, here we go. For you to submit your payment, for you to go through a lot of what we discussed. Of course, it's not as in grave detail as me breaking it down. Where is my meeting? Now I can't find my meeting to come back to y'all. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so I'm dropping it in the chat. Edit, paste. Okay, I'm about to be scared. And that's where you would make your payments. Again, if you want to do Zelle, you can do Zelle as well. But if not, you're doing a debit, credit, Afterpay, or Klarna, you would have to use the link. So I dropped the link in the chat so that you guys can open it up so that you can see it. Of course, it's linked in my bio on Instagram. It's linked in my bio on YouTube. I'll be sending out some emails. I don't want to overwhelm folks. I'll be sending out some text messages with the direct link. I don't want to overwhelm some folks. But nonetheless, that is the information in order for you to move forward and for you to solidify your spot. Okay.
Okay. The 24th. You said or thereafter. Does that mean any day after the 24th?
So that's a good question. Let's talk about it. As I mentioned before, on this retreat, we had 16 people. 15 of them did early bird, right? They were returners who paid by the early bird, or they were early bird, right? We only had one spot that was left for anyone to even do standard. By the time she came along, she then had to do double payments to catch up in time. So if there's even a spot available for it to even make it to the 25th, the next day, the day after the early bird, then depending on how, you know what I mean? Like if you come around on June the 15th, now you owed from what was the 24th and the 15th. If you come around in December, now you owe May, right? So again, most people didn't even have this issue. Most people took advantage immediately. But if we get into a standard, if there's space and there's available, then your payments are going to look different. Your schedule is going to look different because now we've pushed everything back. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But the good thing is that we have the time for it.
Absolutely.
Right, because this thing is going to be done by October, and then we're not going until April. So there's time and there's space.
Gotcha. Okay. Alrighty, fair enough. Thereafter, the payments will double up. Afterpay, Klarna, Zelle, link. Right. And these are payments in full, right? No partial pays, kind of half a pay, and nothing like that, right?
This causes confusion, that's all.
Yes, it does. That I did this before in something different and it was a mess. So I just wanted to know because it gets confusing if you could half and whatever. So, okay. So early bird 25, 5:15 is standard for double occupancy.
Let me go back and triple check that before I answer you.
Because I only wrote.
Yep. So double occupancy, early bird, which means that's by the 24th of May, 5:15, 6 payments of 5:15 per person.
Oh, I wrote that so wrong. I'm glad I asked. So what would standard?
Double occupancy, early bird, first payment before 5/24 is 6 payments of 5:15.
5:15. I wrote 45. Did you say 45 for something?
Those are the returners, the people who went to Costa Rica. So they're getting the big discount.
Let me get that. So 5:15 is early bird, and then standard.
Let me share my screen again. Let me get this right.
Oh, well, I say I ain't see it again. Okay, got you. Ooh.
Yep. So double occupancy for my returners, those who went to Costa Rica, they make their payment, their first payment out of 6 by 5/24. It's 6 payments of 485. For everyone else, if you didn't go to Costa Rica, but you still want to come along, early bird is your best bet. Your first payment out of 6 on or before 5/24 is going to be 6 payments of 5:15. And if there happen to be any slots available and standard is still an option, which if it's not, I'd remove it from the website so there'd be no confusion. Nobody would pay and then find out after the fact. I would never do that. Standard is after 5/24. Your first payment out of 6 is going to be 6 payments. Well, 1 payment of 550 or 6 payments in total of 550.
Got you. Okay. Yeah, I didn't see that before. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Of course, of course.
Okay. So this is clear. This is early bird. Got it. I took a picture of it. Got it. Thank
yes,
you.
good. Anyone wants to take a screenshot, please feel free to do so. This information is also on the link that I sent in the chat. I'm going to follow with a text message to all of you guys, thanking you for being a part of our meeting, our interest meeting. And then again, the same link for you to be able to book in the moment, and you'll see the same breakdown, the same pricing, all that good stuff.
Huh?
Okay.
Yes, got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Boom, 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 boom.
Anybody else before I let you go? Anna, you're smiling. What you smiling about?
Of this, I think it's really amazing for singles or people in a relationship to be in Tulum, like girls' party. It sounds amazing. I'm going on my first large retreat in June, so it's gonna be my first time doing this. But I know that I'll do more, and this might be a really good one.
Yes, 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 yes. And please let me know if you have any questions. Like I said, I'm going to text all of you. I'm going to send you the link that's in the chat right now, which again breaks down the retreat and has all the pricing, and you could click the link and you can send your deposit. But please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you, Katrina, for answering this for Charity. So yes, Charity is 5 days from April 12th through the 16th in Tulum, Mexico. Hi, Nadia. Do you have a question?
Yes, I wanted to know what's on the itinerary for April 14th. That is my birthday.
Okay, let me go back. But again, I will say that it is subject to change. Let me see. 14th. So Saturday is the 12th, Sunday is the 13th, Monday is the 14th. We have excursion number 1, which again, we vote on and the majority wins. And then we have the pajama jam. So the pajama jam is what you may have seen on my Instagram or on my YouTube, where we have on the red satin. We did the TikTok and played the game. So that's what right now is on Monday's itinerary. Excursion, pajama jam.
Okay. Thanks.
Of course. Anybody else? Yes, Toya said, remind us and I'll get a cake. Girl, I already was thinking about getting this girl a cake, but you were ahead of the game, so thank you, Toya. Of course. All right, since I have some people who went to Costa Rica, we have Chelsea, we have Katrina, we have Latoya, we have Talea, We have Jessica. Any of you? Oh, we have Gina. Anybody wants to unmute and share your experience before we wrap up?
I just want to say, ladies, if you're on the fence about it, just go ahead and just push to the side of coming, because you're going to have a good time. You're going to enjoy yourself. You're going to make new sister friends, and you're going to wish that you was there in Costa Rica, and like, you're going to come in 2026. So just, if you're on the fence, just hop on the other side. Like, it ain't no point to be on the fence. Just come.
Just come. Thank you, Chelsea. Anybody else before we wrap up?
10 out of 10, highly recommend. Make sure you guys come and have a good time.
Hi, babes.
Aw.
Hi.
Hi, it's only been 48 hours. I missed you already.
I miss you too.
They were all jealous at work. They said, look at that 10.
Yeah, you look good.
You too.
I said, light skin hair.
Well, all right, ladies, if there's nothing else, I'm going to send you the recording. I'm going to email the recording to everybody. And then I'm going to text you guys the link to get everything organized. If you could do it today, that'd be ideal. If you can't do it today, that's okay. Get in before the 24th. I'm telling you, get in before the 24th. Number one, so that you don't have to worry about not being able to get in. And number two, you don't want to delay your payments. And then now you're constantly trying to catch up. So again, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining this interest meeting. I am going to email it to you. Maybe I could even text it. Maybe no, can't text it because I can't text two links at the same time. Anyway, you're going to get the recording and you are going to get a text to the link so that you can move forward. And I hope to see all of you guys in our group chat, in our email chat, and then in Tulum, April 12th through the 16th, 2025.
Do it.
All right. See you, Tiffany.
See you
Bye,
later.
Jessica. Bye, Nadia. Bye, Shantae. Bye, Kim. Bye, Tracy. Bye, Gina. Bye, Toya. Bye, Katrina. Bye, Anna. Chelsea.
Bye, y'all.
Nikki. I know Nikki, you just came in. I'll make sure I'll send you the recording. Lou, Kelly, anybody else that I missed? See you soon.